Defense on me.
Okay, Petey, don't you drift to the strong side.
Coach, they're calling a holding penalty on me every time.
Did I ask for your excuses? You want to act like a star? You better give me a star effort. Do you hear me? Forget about him. Alan, you're in. Come on. All right. Now, I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. And if they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Not immaculate, it's perfect. It's something like that. It's about the dream team. Miracle.
It's like Miracle, yeah.
Miracle.
Yeah.
I saw that in the theaters. That was
Did you?
I think it was my birthday.
Oh,
my
wow.
family took me to go see Miracle.
Oh, nice.
Which I remember liking. I haven't returned to Miracle.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
Welcome to the Perfect Movie Podcast, the podcast that will remember forever the night that we played the Titans. I'm Michael.
I'm Kalen.
And today, we are continuing Denzel December with the absolutely goated Disney Denzel football movie.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
This film, for me, Kalen, was a VHS classic.
Oh, yeah.
It was on my shelf for damn sure and got many spins. Now, as a kid, I was one of those... I was like a scene skipper. Like I would watch Lord of the Rings, but I would just go to the battle scenes. And for like Remember the Titans as a kid, it was often just like skip to all the football games.
Yeah. Or
You
the
know?
training sequence or whatever. Yeah.
But returning to this, man, maybe I'm blinded by nostalgia, but boy, do I love this movie.
It's a great It's a great film. There's just no denying it. I love it. I've seen this movie maybe like 20 times.
Yeah.
I definitely had this on VHS as well. Yeah, I love this movie. Denzel's performance in this, definitely to stand out. All the performances are great. All the football players.
Yeah.
It's just a great time, man.
I'm going to make a weird connection, mostly because it's the first one that jumps to mind. Sometimes there are movies that have casts that when you watch them in the future, you're like, this movie seems so much bigger because all these people got so much more famous after it.
Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World is what I'm thinking of. Like Michael Cera was very famous, but there's a bunch of you got
The
Captain
other
America in
Culkin
there.
brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All kinds of people that just glow up into even bigger and bigger stardom after this. All the side characters in this. You got Wood Harris, who's Julius,
Ryan
Donald
Hurst.
Donald Faison, who goes on to be in Scrubs. All the side characters all go on to have great careers. We have Ryan Gosling buried on the depth chart.
Yeah.
You know?
He was probably still a heartthrob back then, but he's a much different guy in this film.
Early days, and this movie, just the music, the characters. There's 4 scenes before we meet minute 40 where I'm like, I love this movie. This is the best movie ever. Yeah. And it's feel good, but I also what I was afraid when I returned it, that I would think the racial stuff is they don't do the work, or that it's not good.
It's
and
very surface level.
It is Disney-fied, but I think they they put points on the board for both that it is people are saying awful shit.
Yeah.
Without saying swear words, and also there is a little more thought to it than I expected.
Well,
maybe.
one scene that stands out is when when Sunshine is trying to take them into a restaurant, and they're like, dude, we can't go in there, bro. It's it's not happening. And then they go in and they basically thrown out just because we don't serve your kind here, that whole kind of thing. But they were very upset by that, and you could see how it's kids during that age may not understand.
I think the line that sells it is Sunshine goes like, "Oh, I didn't know," and Petey goes, "What do you mean you don't know? I told you."
Yeah, yeah.
Which I think gets to a core issue in racial things if we go bigger scope of white people not listening.
Yeah, and he wanted to do the right thing. He just wanted to be with his friends. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And yeah, it's not that they can't understand. It's that they just choose not to, or they don't listen hard enough.
We're full tonight, boys.
What? There's tables all over the place, man. What are you talking about?
Well, this is my establishment. I reserve the right to refuse service to anybody. Yeah, that means you too, hippie boy. Now, y'all want something to eat, you can take these boys out back and pick it up from the kitchen.
Well, I tell you, man.
Come on, Petey, man.
I didn't know, man.
I told you. What you mean you didn't know? What, you think I was playing with you? He ain't know, Petey. Blue, he don't want to know.
And you pull some crap like that, you better be able to back it up.
Man, let's go, man. Cool out. Cool out.
Let's go, Rev.
Man, let's go,
What
man.
happened?
Man, let's go.
What
This
happened?
man acting with fool tonight, man. Petey. Man, don't even talk to that man, man. He acting all crazy and stuff, man. Don't even make no sense.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no ill intent on Sunshine's part, but
No.
he's actually not listening to the words that are coming out of everyone else's mouth.
Right.
He's like, "Hold on, Hannah, I know better. Trust me."
Yeah, yeah.
It's a subtler form of racism or just racial tension.
Yeah. There's a few characters that are a little too much, like I think it's Ryan Gosling's dad.
Oh yeah,
Is like this pompous, like Southern guy, and he's like, just a little too much because he's super racist.
which is funny because Ryan Gosling's character has none of that energy. He's like the dude's like big and wide, his dad, and Ryan Gosling's like skinny and good natured.
And he likes the Temptations. Like,
So let's get into our stuff with the performance test.
It was the performance of a lifetime.
We're doing Denzel December, and we can cover Denzel and Will Patton, the other co-lead, in a minute.
Yeah.
But I want to get into our cast of characters. So this is I made a short list of our side characters that I think are wonderful. We have Julius, we have Bertier, we have Lastic,
yep.
Rev, Sunshine, Blue. I forgot about Blue, but Blue became a new favorite.
He's singing. He got the pipes.
Babyface Ryan Gosling, who I don't even know his name. I just see him as Babyface Ryan Gosling. And then Gary's racist friend, Ray, the racist. And Petey. Can't forget Petey from Scrubs.
Yeah.
I think my phone auto-corrected to Peter, and I was like, who the hell is Peter?
Pizza.
So I don't know. Of our side characters, who do we call out first? Is it...
I think Petey needs to get called out just because everybody knows him from Scrubs. He's a goofball,
Yeah.
you know, and he's very much a goofball in this as well. He's got some great funny lines in this.
Yeah, well, he's one of the early great scenes is Petey being very excited for the start of football. And
Yeah.
Put your hand down. You smiling?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Why are you smiling?
Because I love football. Football's fun.
Fun, sir.
Fun, sir.
It's fun.
Yes.
You sure?
I think.
Now you thinking. First you smile, then you think. You think football is still fun,
Yes.
sir?
Yes. No.
No?
Sir. Well, it was fun.
Not anymore, though, is it? Is it?
No, not by.
No, it's not fun anymore. Not even a little bit.
No.
Make up your mind.
No.
Think. Since you're thinking, now go on. Think.
No,
Is
no.
it fun?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Absolutely not?
Zero fun, sir.
All right, listen up. I'm Coach Boone. I'm going to tell you all about how much fun you're going to have this season.
Denzel walks up to him and he's like, "Why are you smiling?" And he's like, "Because football's fun." He's like, "Really, it's fun." And he just completely undresses him for thinking that
He's
football
like, zero fun, sir.
completely undresses him for thinking football is fun, which is something you wouldn't think a football coach would want to beat out of their football players. But I guess he's telling them it's a job. I don't know.
He took a very like military-like approach to his training.
Denzel's a real crack the whip kind of guy.
Yeah.
Not a positive reinforcement type of guy.
No.
I think one of our key relationships is Julius, who goes on to be in The Wire. That is played by
Wood Harris.
And then Bertier, played by Ryan Hurst, who goes on to be in Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
So just a couple guys doing cable shows, succeeding in
Big
life.
shows,
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
later on. I love their dynamic because they start off standoffish. I love Blue and Julius. They're on the bus. They've integrated the buses before they leave as they ship off to camp.
Yeah.
And Blue starts singing like "Ain't No Mountain High" or something. And Julius just goes, "Don't embarrass me in front of the white people." Like, shut up.
Yeah.
And then Bertier says something, and Julius just turns to him and is like, "You can shut up too." Everybody can shut up.
'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough.
Blue, shut up. I don't want to see your smiling and shuffling, hear all your minstrel show singing on this bus.
You too. Got that right.
You can shut up too.
But then
Their friendship really blossoms.
Their friendship really blossoms when they go and call each other out.
Yeah.
They have their meeting. They've had some practices. Things are rough. Bertier, who's the captain, and they both play on the defensive line.
Yeah.
Bertier calls him out. He's like, "Julius, you're always freelancing. You're always doing your own thing. You're after yourself." And Julius is like, "What do you mean? We're not a team.
Yeah.
Everybody's after themselves. We're integrated, but we're still segregated, basically.
Yeah.
Your boys aren't blocking for our black quarterback. All this." And
what do you say? Character represents leadership, or something along the lines of that. Yeah.
And then it all comes to a head at our night practice, where Bertier calls out Ray, his racist friend, for dogging on the blocking.
Yeah.
What was that, Ray? Whatever it is, it ain't blocking. Give me a break. You want a break? I'll give you a break. Me and Julius.
Wait a minute. Just let them handle
Get to
this.
Rev once, just one time. I swear to God, I'm gonna hit you so hard by the time you come to. Ooh, boy, you're gonna need a new haircut. You understand me? Let's play, fellas.
On the ball, let's run it again.
Let's go.
All right.
Come on, me.
You all right, Big Petey?
You all right? You really stuck him, Campbell.
Yeah, I love me a little contact, Petey.
Left side.
Strong side.
Left side.
Strong side.
Left side.
Strong side.
Left side.
Strong side.
Left side.
Strong
And part of the theme of this movie is we need enough white on white crime to fix racism.
Yeah.
And it's one of the best white on white crimes. And then we get strong side,
Left side.
left side.
Cue montage of just loving everybody.
Yeah.
That's a mama joke. I love the part where Bertier's on the phone with his girlfriend. She's like, "No, I need you to say it." He's like, "I love you, sugar." And then everybody starts cracking up. This is a great scene. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to call out our favorite white, Louis Lastic.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
He's a lovable guy.
And he's the only guy that shows up with no racism in his body.
He already had the invite to the cookout. You know what I
He
mean?
sits down at the table, and I think Blue must be his roommate or someone, because Julius is like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And they're like, "Louis just a light-skinned brother."
I'm a dark-skinned cracker.
I see you eating lunch. Why you eating over here? Why don't you go on over there eat with your people?
Man, I don't have any people. I'm with everybody, Julius.
Yeah, he's just a light-skinned brother.
Yeah, and I'm a dark-skinned cracker.
Come on, Julius. He's just another blessed child in God's loving family.
Come on, Blue. Let me...
Lord, we come before you today and ask you to soften Big Julius Campbell heart.
And I love when Denzel calls him out and shares something, because they've also integrated all their roommates. So there's all white-black roommates. And calls him out and is like, "Tell me something about your..." Oh, it's Rev is his roommate.
Yeah.
Because he's like, Rev, he's good-natured. He doesn't abide swearing. He lists the things he knows about Rev.
Yeah.
He knows a lot. And then he asks for more volunteers. And clearly nobody's been talking.
Lastic. I want you to tell me something about one of your black teammates.
Sir, yes, sir. I'm
grooming with Blue, sir, and I noticed that he wears those leopard spotted underwears, bikini style, sir.
Okay, maybe somebody who's not your roommate.
Sir, I eat lunch with Rev. That's Jerry Harris, sir. People call him Rev because he's always praying and he won't about a foul tongue, sir.
And what is the Rev gonna do after high school?
I don't know. Go to college and all that, I guess.
What about you? You gonna go to college?
Oh, not me, Coach. I ain't a brainiac like Rev.
Think you got a future in football?
Oh, heck no. I just figure if I gotta be in school, I might as well hit some people while I'm at it.
All right, I like that. A self-aware man, I like that. But if you don't go to college, it's not gonna be because you're not qualified. So I want you to bring me your test scores at the end of every week. We'll go over them together, okay? Okay. We'll keep that between you and me.
Okay.
So what kind of music does the Rev like?
Oh, me and Rev both dig on the Temptations.
Oh, yeah?
I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I got to pray, please, for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg.
Okay, all right. Stop begging. Anybody else?
So then the next assignment is everybody's got to get to know each other.
And he's like, I noticed he wears those spotted leopard underwear, bikini style, sir. He lost a lot of weight.
Louis Lastic, what is it you're looking at? What is his actual name?
Ethan Suplee.
And Ethan Suplee also goes on to be in a very successful show. He's a side character in My Name is Earl.
Yeah.
That runs for some years.
Yep. Also American History X, like I mentioned before.
He's in John Q, hit Denzel film that everybody loves.
It's so strange when you see like two actors that were in a big movie together before, and then you see them later on in just something random.
Yeah,
it's like, are they just buds or what? You know?
I hope.
Yeah,
I hope Elastic and Denzel are buds. We all know he's a light-skinned brother. So,
oh, you know who we didn't mention was in Malcolm X? Christopher Moltisanti from The Sopranos.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, he makes this scene where he's like a reporter, and it's when Malcolm X's house is on fire, and he's like interviewing Malcolm.
I didn't notice that at all. I
Yeah.
remember the scene, but
also a Scorsese actor. Anyways, off on a tangent.
Okay, and then is our other standout White Sunshine?
Yeah.
We love our gay
Sunshine.
hippie.
Yeah.
It's like there's three races in this in this movie, because there's the whites, there's the blacks, and then there's gay hippie, and they're almost as racist to gay hippie as they are to to the blacks.
Sunshine.
I love when Sunshine shows up and they're like, we're already pretty set at quarterback, and he rips the ball like 60 yards and beans Bertier in the back for talking to him.
And look at that fruitcake.
And Denzel turns around and is like, maybe we got a spot on the team.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, look at that fruitcake.
Yeah, just keep your mouth shut and get back on that field.
Coach Boone, I'm Colonel Bass. I just got transferred here from Huntington Beach, California. This is my son, Ronnie, and he's quarterback.
How you doing, Ronnie? Coach Yost.
My pleasure.
We're pretty set at the quarterback, Colonel, but if the boy's any good, you may want to check out Wilson or Hannondale.
Well, I met Coach Tabor. He won't let blacks play on his team. The way I see it, if these boys can fight a war together, they can play football together. Now, he's a pretty good runner.
Yeah, fruitcake, huh?
I think we can find a place for you, boy. With one or two conditions.
And he kisses Bertier in the showers.
And then we never get a clear answer, probably because this is 2000, whether or not Sunshine is gay.
I think he was doing that to fuck with him, but
well, Petey's trying to grill him.
Yeah,
and he never gets a straight answer there. And I think we covered most of the important ones. I just want to shout out babyface Ryan Gosling. He's kind of not an important character in this movie, but one scene where he does stand out is when they are doing the "We Are the Titans"
yep.
and everybody's dancing, and there's one boy that's hitting it, and there's a lot of boys that feel awkward. And you can tell Ryan Gosling can do musicals.
Yeah, he was singing with Justin Timberlake and all types of stuff back then. He was singing with black folks on whatever was the big MTV show during that time.
We all know Ryan Gosling's just a light-skinned brother.
Yeah, he is.
So let's get to our big boy, Denzel. This is Denzel.
Let's talk about Will Patton real quick.
Oh, okay.
Will Patton was fine as Coach Yost.
I think it's a thankless part that he does good enough in.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't get a lot of the shining moments that Denzel does.
No.
He's supposed to be this counterbalance, but it feels like the Denzel effect has like ripped past him, and he never actually gets to like be that other extra part. But
right.
Speaking of white on white crime, there's the scene where we find out that all the referees are racistly reffing the like semifinals of the high school championship. And I do love when Will Patton goes out to the refs. And I forget exactly what he says, but he undresses them out there.
He grills them real quick.
He grills them real quick. And then apparently our refs are holding onto their racism very loosely because they're like, okay, well, you got us.
Oh, you got me.
And
you caught me.
And the reffing turns on a dime and the Titans win.
Yeah.
I know all about it, Titus.
What are you talking about, Bill?
You call this game fair, or I'll go to the papers. I don't care if I go down with you. But before God, I swear I'll see every last one of you thrown in jail.
You dig your own grave.
Defense on me!
Denzel's, there's so many just times where he cooks one of the football players.
How can I help you boys? I'm Gary Bertier, the only All-American you got on this team. You want any of us to play for you, you reserve half the open positions for Hammond players. Half the offense, half the special teams. We don't need any of your people on defense. We're already set.
Don't need none of my people. What you say your name was, Jerry?
Gary.
No, you must have said Jerry like Lewis, which would make you Dean Martin, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, got an announcement to make. We got Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin going to camp with us here this year. Jerry tells the jokes, Dean sings the songs, and gets the girl. Let's give him a round of applause.
Where's your folks, Gary? Parents, are they here? Where are they?
That's my mother.
That's your mama? Very nice, I want you. Take a good look at her. Because once you get on that bus, you ain't got no mama no more. You got your brothers on the team, and you got your daddy. Now, you know who your daddy is, don't you? Gary, if you want to play on this football team, you answer me when I ask you, who is your daddy? Who's your daddy, Gary? Who's your daddy?
You.
And whose team is this? Is this your team, or is this your daddy's team?
Yours.
Get on the bus.
We already talked about PD. I alluded to there's a scene where before they get on the buses, Bertier and Ray, the racist, walk up to him and demand that, all right, well, we're going to guarantee half the spots on offense to the whites, and we got the defense. We're fine. We don't need any of your folks.
Yeah.
And Denzel is like, motherfucker, without saying it. That's
right.
what his eyes say.
Right.
And then he goes, did you say your name was Jerry? Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin, everybody. And he starts backing applause. And the camera pulls way back to like the back of the parking lot. And he ends his roast with, who's your daddy?
Remember the water scene where Blue is like,
Yeah.
he's thirsty. He's like, what did you say? Water? Water is for weak. Water is for washing blood off my uniforms. So you don't get no blood on my uniforms.
Yeah. It's an absolutely great one.
It's a very quotable film.
There's a scene where Denzel like invents the analytics movements in sports, where he's like, I talked to this math professor at this other school, and he hands Coach Yost a bunch of papers, and Coach Yost is like, wow, this will be very helpful. And I gotta say, Coach Yost, upon rewatch, not really much of an ally.
Yeah.
He's very passive with all his he has his assistant coach that's like a blaring racist that's like very incapable of hiding it. He keeps leaving the room when Denzel arrives.
Yeah.
And then that all comes to a head at like the diner where Coach Yost is like, maybe we should all get along. And the assistant coach goes like, there you go, trying to please everybody. I simply can't do it. I'm going to go throw a brick through Denzel's window now.
Yeah. Oh my God. And then, also like Denzel's like his like assistant coach, whatever that guy's name was. But he just would come in and like just agree with everything Denzel says, and maybe throw in a couple more lines for it, his roasts or whatever. This movie is funny I think me and you can relate to this film because we also had a coach in high school that was very much Denzel-esque as far as his coaching style, and just some of the lines that he would say, like I still remember to this day.
I feel like this movie created a template for high school sports coaches everywhere.
Unfortunately.
Because in the real story of this film, Coach Boone, a lot of people and some of his players were like, yeah, he was kind of an asshole, and I don't think him being that so hard on us actually had anything to do with our winning. We were actually just really good at football, you know?
Yeah. But it makes for entertaining watch. I will say that.
Yeah. Shall we move on to It's an Art, Bro?
Yeah.
This is where we're going to talk about aspects of the filmmaking process, like sets, effects. Soundtrack is a big one for me.
Yeah, great music
on this.
Ain't no mountain high.
What's this?
It's an art project.
Okay, I like it. Picasso. Yeah, that way.
There's just so much like mix of like rock and soul music.
Yeah.
Is Ain't No Mountain High, would we consider that like a soul song?
That was like Motown kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just the soundtrack, there's a lot of licensed music that's in here that is really great and put to various montages and kicks in at just the right moment. But there's also the main Titans theme that like we get at the very end is actually like really great music, really like good, like solid. So Disney hired, I don't know who the composer is. Disney hired someone good and they came up with a gem.
Congratulations, Coach.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
I know football. What you did with those boys. You were the right man for the job, Coach.
Your Hall of Fame in my book.
As far as the film looks, it's very traditional Disney film. It looks a lot better than some of their other stuff, their other live action stuff for sure. You could tell money went into this.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's a lot of extras on screen.
Big crowds in these.
Yeah. And I think they actually fill the seats. I don't know if there's any like digital trickery.
I feel like we're not deep enough in the era for where they're considering doing that. I could be wrong.
A lot of the football stuff is very entertaining, very violent. The way people get hit and stuff. It's fun to watch.
There's one specific shot I really love. It's when Petey, who he's supposed to be the running back, eventually gets shifted to defense because he's constantly fumbling.
Yeah.
He strips the ball from someone, he recovers it, and it's at a key moment in the game. And he lifts it to the sky, and the camera's focused on the ball, and then it like kind of goes up into the lights in the stands above, and then the focus shifts, and there's people holding the Titans signs up in the crowd.
Oh yeah,
and the music is soaring, and I'm like, yeah, this is cinema. Nice work.
Also, the Gettysburg scene is a great scene when they're running through the forest, and then they get to Gettysburg. It's all misty, and Denzel has a great little speech, and we didn't really talk about Bertier, like. He gets in a car accident, so he's in the hospital for the last, maybe 25 minutes of the film. And that's where you get all the emotional stuff from.
Oh, another great line is when Julius comes to visit, and the nurse is like, family only. And Gary goes, hey, can't you see the family resemblance? That's my brother.
Damn, man. Racism is over.
Yeah. They fixed racism right after running to Gettysburg. Racism is fixed for the rest of the movie, at least with them. They do come back to the town and everybody's still racist. And I will say, Gary's girlfriend, I don't buy her flip.
No.
At all.
No.
She's like, they're being racist, and then at the very end, they're like, well, maybe I'll shake your hand, Julius. If I'm honest, I think she might not have come around on black people, but maybe black dick.
Oh.
We can cut that one. We can cut that one.
She wanted the BBC.
I mean, Julius would never, but she's considering it.
Julius would never?
She's too loyal to Gary.
She is a single mother now.
Damn.
It's all in fun, guys.
We're just
Relax.
joshing.
Just joshing around.
Just joshing around. Let's say it our races again. Michael, hi, I'm white.
Hi, Kaylin, black.
I think this movie is beautifully paced.
It flies by.
It flies by. It's about 2 hours long. It balances the character stuff and with the like stakes of the football team succeeding.
Yeah.
Well, really, really, really well-paced film. Anything else to say in It's an Art, Bro?
No, I think we can move on.
Let's move on to Hey. What are you trying to say?
Take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, let me just get that last measurement on your.
Thank you. You know, I need this for the wedding.
Okay, well,
I need it really quickly. Like
it could take about a week to do.
It could take a week.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you trying to say? He's trying to say that I'm so big, my bum is so big, you need to order to various countries far away to get enough material to make a pair of pants so I can fit my incredibly obese buttocks into a pair of your specially made little suits.
No, I mean I'm the only one working here this week.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that would be great.
And I've written in all caps, can the races come together?
No.
No, this movie definitely seems to think they solved racism after this.
Yeah.
And it's very clearly, obviously not happened. It makes for a good film, and I'm sure there are many good real life stories associated with this. But
you know what's really funny is, so we did a football camp. This is back when I played football, but we did a football camp for 2 weeks, and I think to fire us up, they made us watch this movie.
Nice.
And we were supposed to have like our strong side, left side moment, and it never happened. I think we had a blacks versus Mexican war in the locker room. And you could guess who was on the Mexican side.
Were you?
Take a wild guess of which one of our friends was on the Mexican side throwing chairs.
Known chair thrower. I've seen him throw chairs in several occasions. Oh, I don't know what's up with that.
I remember they turned the lights off, and it was just mayhem. People were bleeding. It was crazy. Oh, man. So, yeah, what works in Remember the Titans might not work in real life. But, hey, we tried, right?
We tried. Race war.
We tried to settle it, put it all on the table, and just settle it like men. You know?
Check.
Check.
Okay. Well, I think we were at how we had some technical difficulties. Kaylin was telling us how racism is actually really funny, I think is what what we missed.
No, I said, like, if we could all just come together and laugh about our differences, we'd be in a much better place.
Like Gary learning that yo mama jokes are actually funny.
Yeah.
You know. And I think at some point I said racism was bad. I just want to put that on the board.
A lot of people would disagree with you, Michael.
A lot of people are saying racism is actually good. Word on the street, word on Twitter especially.
My God. Is The Rise of Skywalker more progressive than Remember the Titans?
Well, okay, so let's, put points on the board on each side. Remember the Titans.
Okay.
Solves racism.
Okay.
Rise of Skywalker. Lesbian kiss. Remember the Titans. Denzel and Will Patton.
Mm.
Okay. Remember the Titans. I mean,
Rise of
Skywalker. John Boyega and Rose Tycho, but they're not. They're not attracted to each other.
Right.
We are not race mixing.
Right. He could have. I think he was attracted to Rey, but they couldn't do that.
They could not.
Yeah.
Remember the Titans. They sing "Ain't No Mountain High."
Yep.
Rise of Skywalker. She heals a big snake.
And they ride space horses.
And they fly now.
They do fly now.
Oh, they fly now!
They fly now?
Let's fly now.
It all comes back to Star Wars or 9/11. And this movie's from 2000, so we have a 9/11 that. You can tell this is a pre-9/11 movie.
Yes, you can. It's like it's just a lot more happier.
Yeah, the bubble hasn't burst from the 90s yet.
We weren't scared of the Al Qaeda.
Yeah. Not yet.
You make a 9/11 joke, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts, and then you will run a mile. Perfection. So is this a perfect movie?
Wait, we need to go to Let the Hate Flow 3.
Oh, aren't we in it? I don't know.
No, I think we're in Hey, What Are You Trying to Say? That's why I said racism is bad.
You forget a segment, you run a mile.
Good. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
You make a joke that has to get cut. You run a mile. I don't know if that's ever happened. I've cut like one joke for mine. One time I bleeped out a joke that I wasn't proud of.
You probably might have to scrub through this.
We'll see.
If I had any complaints, it would maybe be that some of the subject matter is just a little watered down, but I get it. It's a kid's movie. You don't want to like do Emmett Till story for a child. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's fine. I don't really have too much to hate.
We love a sassy little white girl, huh?
Oh, yeah. What the fuck? I forgot all about her. She was terrible.
So Will Patton's daughter is this. She loves football, and I think she's supposed to be maybe like if you're a kid, your character that you identify with. And I feel like Denzel's daughter, who just looks at her and rolls her eyes and is like, she keeps talking. And at some point, Denzel's daughter says, I do not care.
Yeah.
So, no offense to this child actor. Oh, you know who it is? Oh, what's her name? She's in Scream 4. She's in many things. She goes on to be a big time actor, actually. It is a young Hayden Panettiere.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not her fault. I think it's just the part. She's doing what she's asked.
Yeah.
The one kind of cute scene is when she's sitting with Coach Boone and like reviewing tape with him and trying to like tell him how to coach the team.
Right.
Also, she's actually the reason they make changes at halftime in the championship game.
She is.
She roasts her dad. She says, you don't know shit about defense anymore, and we need to do something new on offense.
So is this girl Mary Sue?
Okay.
She knows
Remember
too
the
much.
Titans? Mary Sue. Rise of Skywalker.
Ray.
Mary Sue. So that's big on the... I guess, is that negative points on the woke? Are we trying to be more or less woke?
I'm trying to see who's more woke.
Okay.
I would say, I don't know. Well, we'll come back to this. Anyways.
Also, I feel like this movie is setting up Denzel to get humbled at some point, and he never does. Like, the closest he gets to getting humbled is their big thing is a trick play at the end of the movie, which like Will Patton earlier had given him here's some new plays, maybe some trick stuff to get the boys' juices flowing, and he was like, I don't need no trick plays. Get out here.
Yeah. Or doesn't Will Patton say something along the lines of like, are you doing this for them or are you doing this for you kind of thing? And that's like, and Denzel's like,
That's a confrontation that happens, but then there's like no fallout to it.
Right.
Movie just ends with Will Patton being like, you're a hell of a coach. And then Will Patton, who loses out in the Hall of Fame because the racists say, since you wouldn't, I don't know, I guess sabotage Denzel, you don't get to be in the Hall of Fame. He's like, you're a Hall of Famer in my book, coach.
Oh, yeah.
And then they raise the football and it does the thing again where it goes in the lights.
A black and a white hand on one ball.
Yep. The whole end of this movie, this isn't a let the hate thing, but did you notice it's just all the black and white relationships like pairing up?
Yeah. It's
like,
unit. It's about unity.
It literally ends with Sunshine, the backup quarterback, blocking for Rev, the starting quarterback who gets injured because Ray the racist doesn't do the block. Oh, I didn't talk about that scene. I love that scene because there's always one guy, and because this is a Disney sports movie, there's one guy that's just like a weird growling animal that's an opponent, and we meet that guy, and Ray the racist says, this is my opportunity to sabotage Rev, the black quarterback.
Right.
So Rev gets his wrist broken, and then Sunshine comes in, and Denzel tells the totally bullshit story about how he has 12 siblings and
he had to take care of all of them.
And they're all looking up to me. I'm like, that doesn't even make sense.
When I was 15 years old, I lost my mother and my father in the same month, Ronnie. Same month. 12 brothers and sisters. I was the youngest one, but they were all looking up to me. Now, I wasn't ready yet either, but they needed me. Your team needs you tonight. You're the colonel. You're going to command your troops tonight. You understand? Twins right, 48-0 read. Let's go.
Let's go. What's the matter? Haven't you seen a football injury before, you wimps? Let's go. Show some life in those legs. I got it. It's going to be all right. Butts, you release this time. Louis, let him through, all right?
What?
Just let him through. Trust me.
You had 12 brothers and sisters?
8.
Yeah, 12 sounds better.
And he even tells it's bullshit because the assistant black coach goes, I thought you had 7 siblings. He's like, 12 sounds better.
Yeah.
And then Sunshine goes in and he tells Lastic, he's like, hey, let him through, Lastic. Let him through. And Lastic, they go to like set up the play, and Lastic is just smiling all crazy at him. And then basically Sunshine, who's just a magical quarterback, throws a great pass and then like tabletops the guy trying to trying to tackle him. That's just another great one. And then that goes into, I think, Long Cool Woman, and they do a whole montage. A lot of great music.
They love their montages in this movie.
This movie's so good. Okay, let's ask our final question. Is this a perfect movie?
You lost a baby brother. Perfect in every way.
I had a baby brother. I had a little baby brother. And he was perfect. Perfect in every way.
Dude, put it on the list.
Let's put it on, man.
Rubber stamp it. Now, maybe I'm blinded with nostalgia. Maybe we both are. But I don't think it's fully that.
No. It didn't review very well.
Yeah.
I think it's sitting at like a 71% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mhm.
I don't know about the Letterboxd review, but
Letterboxd community likes it. I think it's at like a 3.8, which is
Okay.
pretty high for like a Disney sports movie.
Yeah.
That's way out of the realm.
as far as sports movies go, probably the best sports movie ever.
There's probably others that I'm not coming to mind, but I'd put it near the top of my list.
Yeah, yeah. It makes you want to play football. I think that's the thing. Like,
and this is Denzel December. Denzel is great. He has like 12 different scenes where he has a very captivating little speech, either towards someone, dressing someone down. Lots of great moments. It is a moment-filled movie
for sure, and it's just a good time to watch.
Yeah.
You know, even though the subject matter is supposed to be kind of heavy, you know, it still doesn't take away from the good-natured aspect of it.
Mhm.
You know, it's great, and it's something that I will revisit. You know,
I will always remember
the night
that
they played the
Titans.
Titans.
Why the pump fake on that? Like, oh, this is the part where he says the title, but then he adds, "This is the night that we played the Titans."
Yeah. You're like, wait.
what? Yeah, weird choice. All right, we put it on the list.
Next week, we'll be doing our last Denzel film of the month,
Training Day.
Look forward to that one. Until next time.
What did you say? I said we need a water break. You need a water break. Water is for cowards. Water makes you weak. Water is for washing blood off that uniform, and you don't get no blood on my uniform. Boy, you must be outside your mind.